Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast, Mindset Monday. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather, and we are so excited to be here on Mondays to talk things about mindset, to talk about our Yoga Sutra topics of the week, and just really start the week off in a really great, positive choice and trajectory. Ooh,
Right?
I was trying to big word there.
By starting off your week in a positive mindset, it really sets the foundation for the remainder of the week and how you present yourself to the world that day, that week, and so on. So let's get started. Our Yoga Sutra topic this week is Saucha Cleanliness. Okay, and I have the chapter read and posted on our YouTube channel, so you can listen to the whole thing. But I'm going to highlight just a few things a little bit later in the podcast. Our sutra quote this week is "Cleanliness is indeed next to godliness." John Wesley. There's some pretty deep stuff in here, but
that one gets
really well with our 52 changes for the mind.
It does. It says sending out an SOS is our topic. And our quote is, asking for help does not mean that we are weak or incompetent. It usually indicates an advanced level of honesty and intelligence. Thank you, Ann Wilson Schaff. Oh man. Asking for help, I think, as women in business has probably been one of the hardest things for us to do.
It is hard to ask for help because we have a specific way that we like things done. And, if you can't do it right,
it creates more work for us as women. Then we have to go back to the beginning
anxiety
and start
over.
We want that control over the situation. Right. But sometimes asking for help can give us additional insight to a situation or help us step back. Asking for help can be in the form of someone safe, letting you know that, hey, you're a little off today. Are you okay?
Right. Like I did with you this morning.
Yeah. Like I really needed that. Like I didn't even realize I was off. Like I brought over like Monday morning anxiety. Like it's all coming with me.
We had to do an entire mental reboot for Heather this morning because she came in on edge. Like I could tell the minute she got out of her car that she was not okay. And she was like being a bit nitpicky. And after like the third or fourth time of her nitpicking something, I was like, are you okay?
This is not you. This is not how I normally choose to show up in the world. Right. Like that's not me. It's
right. Not. And so, I called her on it. Step one, okay, it's okay to call your friends out. Just, do it appropriately. So I asked her if she was okay. I know she was dealing with things at home this morning. And we talked about it. And then we did like a whole reset of the energy in the space, of our personal energy. We listened to some singing bowls and did some meditation and mantras.
Walk
and
the talk.
Completely had to reset.
Gotta show up and do the real things so that we can show up authentically for you. Otherwise I could be like sniffing at me. Right. And that's not who I want to be.
If one of us is off, it throws the other one off. Yeah. And it's just not a good thing to deal with.
That's not who we want to be. So I really appreciate you calling me out so peacefully and just basically asking me if I was okay. Like, do you need some examples of snippiness, or like, can I take a breath? And I'm like, ooh, I have been a little weird. Like, that isn't where I want to be. Like, but you have to also know yourself and be okay with someone saying something to you. So there's a level of growth you have to have where you can just talk about some of these things that are happening. Right. Because it wasn't anything to do with Charlie. No. Nothing at all. Like literally it was all me.
You were stuck in your head.
I was in my head. Energy was off. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't bring that energy to work with us.
No. So being honest with ourselves is actually one of the biggest things we can do. Yeah. If we have to be honest with ourselves, we have to be honest with the people around us. Like it's too loud. I can't concentrate. For me, I have to use the restroom. I cannot use my brain if I have to use
Speaking
the
of
restroom.
things being too loud, mental clutter and physical clutter are connected. Okay. One of our thoughts this week is constant clutter on the outside can indicate continuous chatter on the inside.
Oof.
So check your space.
Oof.
Are you okay? Are you really okay? Right?
No.
Okay.
Anybody that's been to my house knows, but it's been getting better.
It's
like
getting better.
I can see the progress in my mental
You are
health
going
too.
through this physical, emotional, mental thing that was taking over your life that you had to deal with before you got to the stuff.
Right.
And now you're getting to the stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is very cool.
It's very cool. Like
Yes.
just to be at the point in the journey that I'm not like, I don't want to be on this journey.
Yes,
you know, like
you're
to move past that. Like,
and decluttering is also letting go.
Yeah.
Right. So you're letting go of a lot of things as you're letting go of things. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second thought this week is experiencing the unchanging purity of my inner awareness helps me realize the impermanence of my body. We are permanent, eternal beings. Our bodies are not. Our energy continues on in the world. You know, we know from science that energy just exists.
Yeah.
Right. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. The third and last thought this week is I will keep my body, heart, mind, and surroundings clean and uncluttered. By keeping your surroundings clean and uncluttered, it helps you organize your thoughts too.
I'm looking forward to having Amanda on because this is definitely an area I still struggle with. And I think it was Tracy that actually shared with us in one of her Facebook groups. I love that when you take 5 outfits out in the morning to try on one to go to work, that you put them away. Like, and that's what we're talking about is cleaning that stuff up as you go or resetting your space.
Yeah. I noticed something this weekend when I was hanging up my clothes in my closet that my closet is sad. Like over the last 3 years, really, I've barely bought any clothes. Like I have a few things that are new over the last 3 years, but really I haven't bought anything. And what I have bought has been in the fall. So they're all fall colors. And I was like, well, this is kind of depressing.
We're gonna need some spring colors.
Spring colors.
All right, we're gonna be calling Kiana and getting spring update.
But I think this decluttering, this cleanliness, it's a great time of year to just
Saucha to me too is as we move through the world that we take that second to honor the space that we were just in and make it better than we got there.
Right.
So like this, this can be on a big scale camping. When you go camping in the summer, or what some people do in the winter. Heaven help you. Okay. I don't like to freeze, in case anyone's wondering. I like to be warm. It does not need to be 35 degrees at night for me to go camping. I need warmth. I hear there's tent heaters, but I've never been that fancy. Anyways, hippopotamus. When you go to leave the space, then the last things we've always done is we walk the space and make sure everything's picked up. Make sure the fire's out, you just reset it so that when they come through to clean it up, there should be very little for them to clean up to reset it for the next family to come along and enjoy the area.
Right. And honestly, it's that whole leave no trace. When you go out into nature, leave nature to nature.
Right. Leave nature to nature. I like
Leave
that.
nature to nature, you know, keep it as beautiful as you found it for the next people.
I've camped with like babies, I've camped with dogs, like this is all possible, like
Totally.
doing that thing. So I think about that like when I wash my hands in public. Wash my hands, and then I usually get extra paper towels and kind of like wipe off the counter area, because there's nothing that I like less than if I am like this I didn't like this part of being a mom. Like your arms are full, you have to change a diaper, you have to put your purse down, you set your purse down on the counter,
and it's wet.
You pick it up, and now it's dripping on you. All the contents are wet, like, you know, like there's this whole bras list, like it's gross, even if it's, you know, you're waterproof, like it's gross. So that this is like a thing for me. I like to just take a wipe, like, and because people are messy and it's just water. So just
guess what I figured out that I could do this weekend when I was cleaning and mopping my floors? You know, base molding. Did you know you can mop it?
Using your tools.
Using my tools. I got the mop out anyway, and you know how it gets the dust on the top? And I have 3 dogs, so you know I get dirt and mud and things up halfway up the walls. So I was mopping the mud from the dogs and the baseboards off the walls. And
you were so excited because you were like, we're gonna have to go scrub the walls, and we were like debating, like, can we sit in a chair and scrub the wall? Like, how could we do this? Like, they'll be less painful. And next thing I know, you got the mop, and you're like, yeah. Like,
yeah. It was pretty awesome. So find
there's a cleaning tip thrown in there.
Cleaning and organizing enjoyable.
I actually like to use my mop to clean my bathtub. Like the scrubby mop that's rounded. It doesn't clean the floor well for me, but it cleans the bathtub, and it has a scrubby, and then it's got the arm. I mean, they make a bathtub Mr. Clean Reach stuff, but then you got to get the pads and stuff. That's just a regular mop.
Just so much easier.
Just a regular
let's
mop.
keep it simple, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be
a hippopotamus today.
Right?
Okay. Clean. We weren't totally off subject.
We are cleaning about cleaning and just really do stuff that do it in a way that makes you happy. Turn the music up,
and don't be afraid to ask for some help, because that's what that is. I know, especially with cleaning, I always felt like I was bad at it. Like I didn't know how. Well, what I did know was a certain way, and that way did not translate to apartment living. Right. So that way was the way we cleaned grandma's house. Like that, this is how you can clean a farmhouse. But it doesn't work translate to. And so I think I've always felt off. And
storage is different.
And then being sick and having chronic illness and not being able to physically get down on the floor and scrub, you know, there's like all these things. So having someone come in and be like, oh, you could just do this. I was like, what? You made it look so easy. I could do that. Cool. So sometimes it gives you that perspective, like asking for help. It doesn't have to be horrible.
Right. And, you know, sometimes that person who comes to help you, you know, let's say decluttering your house or whatever, because that's what we're talking about is decluttering. They can give you a new perspective. Like, you know, let's Marie Kondo this. Like, does this bring you joy? How does this item make you feel?
Right.
Why do you have this item? Do you use it? Do you love it?
Is it just sentimental? Are you saving it for someone else?
Let's do some home edit Marie Kondo stuff and just make everything look beautiful and everything's useful.
I like that. Smash the home edit and Marie Kondo together. Bam.
I use all kinds of different
I like those. The both of those though are great ways to open your mind to new ways to look at things. And the home edit ladies are fabulous.
Right. And why shouldn't your organization also be beautiful?
I love that.
You know, because it just makes your home beautiful.
And did you know that there's different ways to organize things? Like that there's different people have different styles. Like some people need to be able to see everything. I am someone that needs to be able to see it. Like it doesn't exist if I can't see it.
Right.
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 Other people, like, apparently people can like put things in boxes and with lids on them and they'll know it's still there.
Mhm.
Not me.
I forget about my small appliances. Like I forget I have
An air fryer. Weren't
an
you
air
just
fryer
talking about that? Like,
or a what was it that I found in my cabinet last week?
oh,
The Instapot.
the Instapot.
Okay, these are very useful
Great tools.
tools to make dinner go so much easier and faster. And I forgot I had them because they were down in a cabinet away where I couldn't see them.
Right.
Okay, because if object permanence is a thing for me, right? It falls off the shelf, it doesn't exist. But in reality, it does. It's just I don't see it. So out of sight, out of mind.
So that might be a subject you could Google if you were like you've tried organizational things and they still aren't working for you, like, short of getting someone to come in and help you do it, like you could Google like different organizational styles. I think that's how I found it. I was
think
like,
Pinterest and Instagram, it's really easy to find thousands and thousands of organizational resources. But you also have to find a way that it works for you,
right.
and how you think and how your brain works and how you like to
I
move
think
throughout
that
your
that's
space.
what everyone on the home edit talks about being so exciting is that they feel like they can maintain it.
Mhm.
That it's not like,
It's maintainable.
yeah.
Yeah, it's maintainable. That's the probably the most important part of organizing a space is for now isn't good enough. Oh, I'll just put it here for now.
That should be a red flag.
Right.
For now.
For now. No. It needs a permanent home.
Where does it go for home? Yeah.
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 So if your brain says, I'm just putting it here for now, redirect that. Right? How many times do you hear yourself? Oh, I have to move this over here for now. Right. Okay.
Okay. Stop calling me out. All right.
So,
anyway. Man, we're gonna have some great episodes this week. We look forward to having you come and check them out. Make sure you are on the website. At the bottom of the website, there's a calendar. Tells you everything is going on.
Oh yeah, the community calendar. It's so cool.
Local events, virtual events. Who's on the podcast this week?
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep an idea. Keep up on what's going on and what's happening. So that's the bottom of the front page of the podcast
Oh
website.
yeah, we're super excited about that.
www.womenandleadershipbsmb.com. Yes, that's our website.
Very official.
That did.
I love that. So the community calendar, other people can also add events and things to that. So if you have an event that you would like to add to that, just let Heather know.
Send me an email, send me instant message.
Yep. Info at Women in Leadership BSMB or Heather at Women in Leadership BSMB.com. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Namaste.